Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know that obviously I stalk Jeff on the forums, and Jeff has put a post on the forums which, honestly, it's a brilliant post, this is, and in a weird way, this kind of, like, I relate to this in a really heavy way. Like, the developers of Overwatch, or the developers of Overwatch, are in a very unique position where they're very open with a community that are critical on the product they make, which is exactly the same for anybody like a streamer, a YouTuber, or anybody like that. Now, they call us influencers. I hate that word, but basically anybody who is out there making online content, like video content or whatever, you put it out there. Like, on a daily basis, you're leaving yourself open to criticism. So when you see posts where people are saying, like, you know, do you think the Overwatch team simply don't have enough people? Jeff actually came into this and he explains in a lot of detail, to the point of which I'm not actually going to put any of this on the screen, guys, because this is, I'm pretty sure, the longest post Jeff has ever put on the forums. Now, this addresses a lot of things, but actually, it's so brilliant in what he's saying. Like, it's better than me just sitting here waffling on going, oh, you know, woe is me. You know, we put ourselves out there and everybody just is like, Sty, your video was so bad, or I don't agree with what you've said. Like, a lot of the times I have problems with, like, when I say something in a video, people can take it out of context and then they start attacking me for that. And, like, I don't wish this on anybody. Like, yes, I get, you know, tens of thousands of comments a day that are good, but you also get bad comments and you get really negative comments, and a lot of this stuff can get to you. Anyway, Jeff speaks about the passion of the team, and this is what I'm going to go over in this video, guys, because this is absolutely beautiful. When we launched Overwatch in May of 2016, our team was Our team was comprised of 70 developers. When I say developers, I am specifically talking about artists, engineers, producers, sound, music designers, and game designers. We're now at just north of 100 developers. We do have a few open roles. You can check our job site for these, but we mostly feel pretty good about the size of the team in regards to the things we'd like to accomplish. One of the things we value as a team is the concept of doing more with less. Even though I wouldn't say we're necessarily a small team as modern development standards go, we're certainly not an overly large team either. We view ourselves as artists and craftspeople, and we like to avoid that feeling of being cogs in a large machine. We like the fact that we own Overwatch together as a unified team with a shared collective vision. There is not one person or select people who dictates what we do. We are not peons of some visionary just implementing his or her vision, and we're certainly not beholden to any corporate overlords telling us what we can or cannot do. We are 100 game developers who absolutely love playing and making Overwatch. Now, those are the first two paragraphs Jeff put in, and I know this completely because I've met the developers. I've met Jeff, I've met Tim, I've met Scott Mercer, I've met Will. I've met loads of the development team, and every single one of them, it's like talking to your friend. Like, it's so crazy to explain. They're working on something. You can tell they love it. They're not working on this game because they're being made to work on it by Blizzard. You can tell they absolutely love the game, and it's so awesome to talk. It's just, it's crazy. Like, it's so transparent. It's awesome. Anyway, Jeff goes on. The day we launched, put Overwatch into beta, the game belonged to a large community, and we truly do see ourselves as the custodians, not overlords, of the game and community. With that said, something that no one can ever take from us is that the 100 or so of us on the team created something together that we truly believe in and stand behind. We have poured our hearts and souls into a game that we believe is special. We've taken our names, we've staked our names and our careers on it. We try every waking hour to show how much love and magic we believed Overwatch can represent. Since the day we have launched, we have only increased our efforts and dedication. Overwatch is a 24/7, 365 days a year affair for us. You see, that's again where it comes back to me. The game is my life. Obviously not in the sense of I'm making the game, but everything I do is Overwatch related. It's so hard for me to explain to you guys what this is like. It's not like I just, you know, play Overwatch for an hour a day and then, you know, that's it. I maybe make a video. It takes me an hour. It's not. It's like the videos take hours and hours to make. The ideas for the videos take hours and hours. It just becomes this rolling thing where you don't really have any downtime. It's very hard to explain. Like, sometimes I often think to myself, what would it be like to just have a job where I go to a job and I come home, then I can chill? Because I don't actually have that. And the devs for Overwatch can relate to that. Like, and I've had direct face-to-face conversations with them about this, and it's exactly the same, and it's crazy. It's like talking to, like, kindred spirits. It's like, yeah, I know. It's just like, it's anyway, I go on. I go on. Back to what Jeff was saying. Overwatch doesn't stop because it's 5 o'clock on a Friday evening. Overwatch doesn't stop because it's our kid's birthday. Do we do everything right? Certainly not. The 100 members of the Overwatch team are far more critical than most of you of the game on a good day, although we're a little more professional about how we express our criticism. You will never meet one of us who says the game is perfect. We have no shortage of ideas of how to make the game better, and we are lucky enough to show up to work every day and to try and make those things happen. We've built the team around the people who we consider to be the top developers in the entire industry, and because of that, we view them as amazing creative individual contributors and not just mindless implementers who can be easily multiplied to increase output. While most players have a few causes that they focus on, the team care about literally every experience that has anything to do with Overwatch. We care about where a button on the screen goes, what sound it makes, what colour it is. We care about what the email says to a player who has just been banned. We care about constantly trying to improve ping times, worldwide and server uptime. We care about what May says when she's sad. We care about the integrity of top 500 play, the tournament rules for esports, how big the Overwatch logo is on a backpack. I've got that backpack, by the way. And we care about all 26 heroes equally. Each of us wants to be involved and contribute to all of these things, plus 10,000 other Overwatch related things that come up each day. We are the 100 people who created the experience, and whether it is good or bad, that's on us. We know we're only as good as our last patch. Our passion and love is for making and playing Overwatch. Things like posting on the forums, for many of us, is not a normal or core part of our job. From day one, we felt like we wanted to be a development team that communicated more openly with our player base. We tried to make as many posts on these forums as possible. Our intention, more than anything, was to show a presence and let you know that we're listening. We're not naive enough to think that we can sufficiently address each player's concerns here, but we do want you to know that we, the Overwatch development team, are here with you listening. We try to do other things to let you know that we're part of this community as well. We make developer update videos so we can talk directly to you and explain what we're doing, why we're making decisions. We do not hide behind online handles and layers of community managers and PR spokespeople. Now this is back to me now. This is totally true, right? So when I was at Gamescom, I interviewed Scott Mercer and I interviewed Will as well. Now those guys, there is no PR, right? This is so hard for me to explain. It is literally like, hey man, let's talk about the game. And that's what it is. There's no contrived answers. There's no, although I did my best to get some stuff out of Scott and he was being quite tactical, but there's no like, okay, you can't ask them this, you have to do it. There's none of that. They are literally like fans of the game. It's so amazing to see in first person. It's just awesome. So there definitely is no layers of community managers or PR spokespeople or any of that. There's just none of that. They speak to you directly and they know what they're talking about, and you can tell they're passionate, which is awesome. So he goes on. Developers speak to you directly using our real names. And if you allow me to speak openly for a moment, it's scary. Overall, the community is awesome to us, but there are some pretty mean people out there. All of our developers are free to post on these forums. Very few of us actually do, because it's extremely intimidating and or time consuming. It's very easy to post the wrong thing and make a promise to the community that no one intended to make. Once we say we're working on something, we're not allowed to take it back. It's set in stone. Also, because we're open with you and do not hide behind an anonymous handle like all of you have the luxury of doing, we oftentimes get personally attacked and threatened. And again, like, you know, I understand this, I get this as well. Most great developers I know love being heads down making or playing games. The public speaking posting part of the job is downright scary and intimidating. It often feels like there is no winning, and it can, but that's only when you focus on the negative comments. Anyway, back to what Jeff was saying. As a result, there are a small few of us who do most of the posting here. 2 weeks ago, I was off-site all week without posting access. I wonder what he was doing. I cannot make forum posts from my phone for security reasons. The week after that, I came into the office 1 hour later than I normally do. I was feeling extremely fatigued, and rather than waking up at 5:40 AM like I do most days, I woke up at 6:30 AM. The end result was that for 2 weeks, I haven't posted at my normal rate. I apologise that it's been a quiet 2 weeks, but that doesn't mean that we, the Overwatch team, haven't been working just as hard as we always do and are not dedicated to making this game great. Just because there are lots of threads or lots of upvotes about a certain topic does not mean we're not paying extremely close attention to not only the community feedback, but more importantly, the game itself. Of course, the team talks about Mercy, so obviously Mercy's a hot topic, right guys? Of course we talk about Anna. But we talk about all of the heroes. If we post, we're talking about Mercy. Immediately, there's an expectation that she's going to be radically changed in the next patch, when the truth is, we might just leave her how she is for a while. We're not allowed to post that here without our bosses, and I'm talking literally here, receiving emails from some of you demanding that we be fired. Right, I want this... I mean, some people are crazy. It's not exactly what I would call a safe environment for creative people to openly express their thoughts and feelings. The thing is, this is why YouTube is so bad, right? This is what I'm doing. I'm like being creative, making videos, but I'm also just throwing myself out there to be annihilated by people who hate my stuff for whatever reason. And you do have to like, it's very difficult, guys. It's very, very difficult. I mean, anyway, let's go on to what Jeff says. Anyway, we always appreciate feedback when it's expressed in an open, direct, and constructive way. Player feedback is what has made this game great. We will try to communicate as much as we can. We love being part of the community, and we don't ever want to view ourselves or be viewed as being separate or removed from that. Thanks for being patient with us. Now, if that doesn't tell you exactly how these guys operate, I don't know what ever will. We know Jeff has been very open. We know other devs have been very open on the forums as well. Scott posts on the forums. Other Jeff posts sometimes. That's Jeff Goodman. Tim posts on the forums. Will is posting on Reddit and also on the forums. So there is a lot of devs that do interact with us. Now, it is hard at times to sort of filter out the negative comments, because online you just get attacked for no reason. So, you know, it is interesting that Jeff's decided to speak about that, but he's being honest with you guys. Like, this is how it is. A lot of the time, people can get passionate, and I guess I just want to end this video on this. I get a lot of flack where people think if I say something, like specifically the recent video I made about Mercy, where I spoke about Mercy, and it wasn't like I was hating on Mercy. I was just saying, look, maybe these are ways we could change Mercy. And I get attacked for this, and I get attacked quite bad, because people think I've got like a direct line to the developers and they listen to what I tell them. I can categorically tell you right now, they do not listen to what I tell them. I have no impact on the development of this game. I'm just a fan of this game. And that's all I am. You know, I like making videos on the game. I play Overwatch all the time. I make videos on it all the time. I'm constantly active in the community. It is my life, much so like it is with the developers and the other guys who have got Overwatch YouTube channels. And this is where we all become, you know, we've all got the same sort of not approach, but we've all got the same sort of experience in a way, because nobody else can really relate to that. But guys, please rest assured, the developers we've got working on this game are phenomenal. The way that they're so open with us is, again, ridiculously phenomenal. If you look at like Battlefield, where are the devs for Battlefield? You know, they're nowhere. Where are the devs for, you know, any other game? You name them, they're nowhere. Generally, it's only Blizzard games where the devs have got this attitude where they reach out to us, and we are so lucky for it. It's just awesome. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. This has been a very detailed insight from Jeff into the way the Overwatch team works, and it's a brilliant post. I mean, it's great. All right, guys, I'm in Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video, subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming, and I will catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.